Again, today is everything about chaga and the benefits of chaga, and how I've been developing products with chaga for many years at farmers markets and selling it at farmers markets back when chaga was just, just this little girl at the farmers market selling mushrooms to people, telling them how great the benefits are. Good to see you guys. Hi. Let me know where you're from. Kind of fun. Watch you guys across. Hi, I love chaga. Oh, I love chaga too. It's so good for you. As a few more people are joining, I'm going to start by talking about my farmers markets experience while people are joining here. But I did farmers markets 5 years prior, so 2010 to 2014 or so, no, 2015, and did farmers markets selling chaga and lots of organic produce that I grew on my farm, and then lots of other things like raw honey and stuff like that we did as well. So yay. Do you guys remember anybody here from the farmers markets? I recognize a few people, a few names that knew. Oh, I found you there, Deborah. Yay. Kind of weird that the farmers markets were so long ago, or they feel so distant, but they feel so close to me because that's how I started. Looks like we have a few more people joining, but you know what? We're just gonna get started. So today we're really talking about a deep dive into chaga, why I use chaga, why you develop products with chaga. I'm the original creator of chaga products for transdermal application, which means using it on your skin, which is really cool. So first off, what is chaga? Chaga is an incredible mushroom. It's a parasitic mushroom to the birch tree. It will also grow on the elm tree. However, it has more medicinal value on the birch. So we only use chaga off of the birch tree. It's found in parts of Siberia, parts of Russia, very small areas of China. China's actually trying to reproduce it in labs. There has been chaga made in labs, but the medicinal value is very low in comparison to wild chaga. And then of course, northern Minnesota. So you'll find chaga where there is birch groves. Chaga, since it's being parasitic, being that it's a parasitic, is that it will eventually kill the tree. So we sustainably harvest it. We actually forage for it all of ourselves, my family, but mostly my dad, and he is a retired game warden in northern Minnesota, and he gets out to the nooks and crannies of places that people never go. So we have the purest, best chaga on the planet, no joke. I say that also because due to Fukushima, where the nuclear leak happened, it came to both shores, and from like the Washington side and the North England side of the United States, and so that kind of contaminated both sides, because there's a small portion in Maine that also can grow or have birch groves. And whenever you have that kind of problem with a nuclear leak, for example, that did go into the water, that did contaminate a few things along the shoreline. So being that we're on the inside Midwest of the United States, we really truly have the purest chaga in the world. So how cool is it that you're on this live learning about chaga, being that it is one of the purest antioxidants in the world, and we'll kind of get more into that. But I've been selling the chaga for quite a while now, especially at the farmers market, started at the farmers markets, and now to this day at the stores. So we offer it in transdermal application, meaning face creams, body lotions, stuff like that. But we also have them in tea form. So, in order to extract the benefits of chaga, it needs to go through a heat cycle first. And I try to tell people that about any mushrooms. If you're trying to get the benefits of mushrooms, it does need to go through a low heat temp first. And like a tea kettle like this in the back there, that gets to about 170 to 190 degrees is perfect for chaga. If you're getting up there to high temps and you're boiling it, that at that point isn't as beneficial because you're killing off some of the antioxidants or the adaptogenic. So I'll show you that at the end if you're gonna make it into tea. But it's very important during our process of making product that we're not getting it too hot or being very careful with the mushroom itself. It needs to go through the heat cycle to extract, but then also needs to be at a temperature that it doesn't ruin it. So why chaga? The benefits of chaga is backed by many scientific studies. It's super high in antioxidants with the highest auric value reading, which is like a specific reading that's ever been recorded. And that's of course wild chaga. It is the most powerful antioxidant on earth. There's nothing even close to a close second. And both uses, transdermal and ingesting it, are very, very beneficial. So of course, as ModernRoots, when I started and sold chaga as tea, I started researching and developing and creating product based on those antioxidants, because if it's good for your insides, then why wouldn't it be good for your skin as one of the largest organ of your body? And it is. If you guys ever have any questions, go ahead and jump in. I can read you. So of course, antioxidants. Super high load of antioxidants, and antioxidants, or what this specific antioxidant is considered, is a polyphenol. And polyphenols are the highest known on the earth in chaga, which is the cool part about this specific antioxidant load in chaga. Drinking and using it on the skin in certain ratios and extracts are both helpful in the whole antioxidant realm. And antioxidants are super important to us because they slow cancer growth. They help eliminate the free radicals in your body, which are what turn into cancer cells or tumor or kind of expand on that. And it promotes healthy heart and liver function, which, when I say the incredible chaga, it's like this, think of a multivitamin. The way that chaga looks is like a burnt piece of wood, and I don't have a sample of it here for you today, which is such a bummer, but it looks like a burnt piece of wood, and we have one in each store so that you can see what it looks like, but it's hard. It's harder than burnt wood. It's very, very hard, and the outside is really, really dark, and the inside's like this light tan brown. And there's different qualities to different sections of the chaga, like on the inside versus the outside. The outside, that's really, really dark, is higher in the polyphenols, or the antioxidants, and the inside is higher in the minerals and vitamins. So we grind it as a whole so that you're getting everything, and we cedar line dry our chaga so that you are getting the most bang for your buck. If you were to grab chaga off the tree and grind it right away, the moisture content is so high that it's such a waste to grind at that point, because you're going to grow mold. And you don't want to grow mold on a mushroom and then ingest that. So it's really important that chaga gets dried extremely well. It's also beneficial to our customers because when you're taking the water weight out, you're not paying for the water weight, you're paying for pure chaga. So another amazing benefit of chaga is it's the world's richest adaptogenic. Adaptogenics help us react to the environment. It gives us calm energy. If you guys haven't heard about adaptogenics yet, like ashwagandha is an adaptogenic, and everybody raves that it's such a great adaptogenic. Chaga blows ashwagandha out of the water, and it's not just an adaptogenic. It's so much more than just an adaptogenic. But it helps restore balance to the body in stressful situations. And as we go through life and work and kids and all this stuff and all these extra stressors that we put on our body, or atmospheric like Roundup or glyphosate or stuff like that that's in the air. It just helps us fight the free radicals on our skin from that, but it also helps us have calm energy and react to stressors in the environment. So again, that's an adaptogenic. Adaptogenics aren't just good for ingesting, they're really good for our skin, because our skin is an organ that needs help adjusting to the different things in the environment, stressors in the environment as well. I thought I saw a question up there. Yay, I'm learning so much. Good. Let's see. Chaga contains many essential nutrients, including protein-building amino acids, B vitamins, and minerals. So it's kind of like a B vitamin wrapped in one, wrapped with adaptogenics and antioxidants. So I kind of think of it as a tea that's a multivitamin. If you want something else in your multivitamin that's really high, like a very specific B12 or something like that, then you would take that individually. But as a whole, this is so good for all over body health. And when you ingest it, not only is it good for your insides and for your body, but it's really, really good for your skin. You get this glowing, natural, nice skin because it helps to hold moisture. And we'll get to that down below here. But these proteins specifically and minerals obviously give that healthy glow to skin, which is what we're going for. Sometimes people will ask how often to drink chaga. I like to drink chaga sometimes I forget because I'm drinking something else at the time or I'm creating something new. But really, if you could drink chaga once a day, even twice a day, is phenomenal. It boosts immunity. During COVID, we had so many people start researching on their own, which is great, and they found that chaga is one of the things that can rid your body of COVID and help to boost your immunity if you get COVID, to get over COVID much quicker. We had, I would say, on any given week, between 5 and 10 doctors personally buying our chaga, our pure chaga, because they or a family member had it and they saw how quick they were recovering because of the antioxidants. The adaptogenic tells your body, okay, let's stay calm, let's work through this, we're gonna get through this. It's a immune booster. So many people came in looking for that. It regulates the production of cytokines, which can stimulate the immune system. So that's specifically how it works. We get that stimulation of the production of cytokines, and that helps us to feel better, to get better quicker. One of my favorite ingredients in chaga is butylonic acid, and it's well known for skin cell structure growth as well as skin cell regeneration. What that means is, so this chaga eye cream, I'm gonna use it around my eyes. I wash my face, I use this around my eyes, the chaga eye cream, but I get quicker skin cell regeneration. So what that says is, I'm gonna get rid of the old quicker, let the new come in, and what you get when that happens at a quicker rate is younger looking skin, more youthful, tighter, and it holds moisture better. And not only that, you get the benefits of your product deeper into your skin rather than having those top layer old cells that could really get out much quicker. So that butylonic acid helps with that skin cell renewal quicker. It's an anti-inflammatory. So obviously ingesting that, it's going to help with immunocompromised situation where you're sick, or it's going to help you feel better. It's also going to create less pain in your body, because as we get inflammation, we get more pain, we get more aches, we get more pressure on our nerves, we get more pressure on ligaments, and that's super awesome. It also, being that that's an anti-inflammatory, that significantly helps us in the long run not to have chronic pain. So I'm going to read the comments here. That's funny. I bought some tea a couple of years ago and it was good. Sounds like it would be beneficial in the winter months. Oh my goodness. So the reason I'm doing chaga right now is because we're heading into, we've already had people come into the stores, sniffles, colds, don't feel well. What time of year it is the time of year that children go back to school and we all share germs. Our kids share germs, but guess what? They bring them home and they share them with us and we share them with our friends. So an excellent time of year to start chaga, absolutely. So let's see. Anti-inflammatories are great for those with sensitive or eczema prone skin. It has this amazing anti-inflammatory response that helps people cope with really sensitive skin. They react easily, they react to things, and it is wonderful to be able to use a product like our Honey Chaga body lotion for people that have high sensitivities. So chaga also supports healthy aging. As we age, I think there's this turnaround, which is really fun to see in the world, that not everything needs to be aged as a remedy that we're not supposed to age. We should be gracefully aging. And so there's so much beauty in age, and I wish I could show you or have you walk alongside me sometimes at the stores and I watch these women that have aged so gracefully and use ModernRoots products for the last 15 years. If that's you, give us a thumbs up or a heart. That's incredible. Their skin looks great. They feel good. They got an anti-inflammatory thing going on because they take chaga. But just to talk about supporting healthy aging, it's so important in today's society to make sure that we're supporting other women, other men, kids, and what the expectation of aging is. And I think that chaga helps us significantly age better in that support. So it has the highest forms of bioactive compounds: melanin, terpenic, phenolic compounds, and superoxide dismutase, and also glutathione peroxidase. All of them combined help with different purposes, like protection against UV radiation, which we're all susceptible to even if we wear sunblock. It helps with that UV radiation, and it improves skin elasticity and combats oxidative stress. So oxygen breaks down our tissue. How are we protecting that tissue? And chaga does a phenomenal job on skin and internally protecting our skin from oxidative stress. It also helps with acne, skin discolorations, and smoothing lines and wrinkles. So that goes back to that butylonic acid, and it has a natural forming hyaluronic acid in it, which is what our skin loses over time. So to help protect our skin by putting something with chaga on it really significantly helps support healthy aging. And if you guys don't feel bad about jumping in and asking any questions, now I need this to, yes, we do. But one of the last things that I want to talk about that chaga has, and chaga has way more than this. These are just the top features for ingesting and transdermal use that I've found. I always find new things about chaga. However, it helps to lower blood pressure and it helps to stabilize blood pressure. So like I have really low blood pressure, so it helps to stabilize my blood pressure. And then it also helps stabilize our blood sugars, which is important for diabetics. You want to give a diabetic a great gift, phenomenal gift. I would get them the magnesium balm for helping stimulate blood flow, or the circulatory rub also to help stimulate blood flow, and one of our chaga teas because it helps them tremendously. Also helps with the bad cholesterol, helps even that out, and we've had so many customers come in with their blood reports and they're so proud of them, and they're just like, the only thing I changed was I started taking chaga, and look at my numbers. And I'm just like, That is so great. But, you know, congratulations to you for doing the research and finding that out. So if you know somebody that's struggling with it, always have them check with their doctor and the stuff that they're on or the medications that they're on, but ask them to look into chaga more. We've had a lot of people come in just thrilled with their results. So, but the last ingredient or compound that I really love in chaga is called kojic acid. And it's a huge buzzword in the natural skincare world right now, which is funny because I've been using kojic acid for years with chaga. And it's a really big buzzword because it's a super ingredient food for the skin that nourishes deeply and it hydrates the skin. So it grabs more moisture and keeps it on the skin for longer periods of time than just you put oil on, you're like, oh, that feels good, that's moisturizing, but it's not doing anything for a longer term period than that just moisturizing moment for 4 hours to 6 hours. So kojic acid is a really great nourisher of skin. It helps to minimize dirt buildup in the pores, and it helps your pores to become less clogged. So, can you believe that one mushroom does all of this at one time? I think that that's a phenomenal ingredient because not only can you use it transdermally like we do at ModernRoots, you can also use it as a tea and ingest it, which is how we initially always had chaga at the farmer's market. And then I started developing and creating product based on it because of all the wonderful ingredients or compounds that were found in just one lotion. So jump in if you guys have any questions, but I'm going to go over some of the face care that we have at ModernRoots, and we're always developing new products with chaga in it, of course. But all of the products that we have created at ModernRoots is 100% original, and the original creators of all chaga products for transdermal use. Okay, what does it taste like? I think that it tastes like an earthy red tea. That's if you get it pure. We have people going through cancer that just got done with chemo that will use it because they want to continue to get rid of the free radicals in their body, and because they like that it gives them calm energy. No chaga or none of our chaga products have caffeine in it. Caffeine, while can be beneficial for some people, it's not for others. And being that you have an adaptogenic, I just don't think that caffeine is a good mix with adaptogenics, in my opinion and what I've seen, because you get this calm energy from adaptogenics where you don't get calm energy from caffeine. It's more of a straight up and then a drop. So I really love to use chaga by itself. But it tastes like an earthy red tea, in my opinion. Kind of a little, slightly little bit dirty even. I almost can't taste it at all. That's if you were drinking it pure, and because people were just like, oh, it doesn't really taste like much, that's why I started blending it into other teas. So like this is our chai tea. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a chai chaga latte iced out of this guy. And then this time of year, we also have our apple cider chaga, which is super good, and then our pumpkin chaga. And we're gonna do a hot pumpkin chaga latte tea out of this too. But we have lots of different kinds. I think we have like 6 or 7 different kinds. And one of my favorites that comes out, and it's super hard to keep in stock, is called the Christmas chaga. And you guys, that comes out in November, and it is super popular. People like to stock up for the year, but it has lots and lots of stuff in it. So that's kind of what it tastes like. So I like to blend it with other stuff, and we use organic ingredients because obviously they're healthier for you, but I blend them because it's very much so a more enjoyable drink, so that you can get the benefits of all the other stuff that we put in it as well. So before we get to the tea, let's go over some of the face care stuff. Okay, I love chaga too. Okay, let's see, and there's more to come probably within probably Christmas time. We'll have another chaga product, but first is our chaga face cream. Our chaga face cream has tuberose, neroli, melissa. Melissa is also known as bee balm, and very, very moisturizing oils. Obviously, lots of chaga extract in our chaga face cream. It's for really dry skin. As we're headed into a drier season, we sell a lot of our chaga face cream because it provides a lot more moisture for this time of year. Any questions on chaga face cream, you can shoot them over. The chaga eye cream, I have that one here. This obviously has that chaga extract in it. It's got little tiny fleck in it, and then it also is kind of a light to dark tan. It depends on where our grind is with our chaga and our extract. So sometimes it's much darker and sometimes it's lighter. I've done testing on both sides and they all equal out. So either you get a darker one or a lighter one. That's kind of the beauty of developing and creating product with organic ingredients and a lot of times unrefined oils. And a lot of times when we're using unrefined oils, they come from different areas of the world and they change the color slightly, but they always test out at the exact same as the other colors that we have. So like a light tan to a dark tan, like the chaga eye. So that has carrot seed oil, emu oil, jojoba, vitamin E. Vitamin E is an ultra moisturizer, really good for that delicate eye area. When you guys are using the eye creams that we have, a lot of people just go like underneath, but not in your eye, but don't forget above, you know? This is where we end up having saggy eyelids. It's the number one cosmetic surgery in the United States. And for good reason, and not just cosmetic. Some people can't see because their lids start hanging down further. So keep those tight. Be sure to put your product up there. Don't use too much. You don't need a lot. A little bit goes a long way. I mean, gosh, this guy lasts so long. Anybody have the chaga eye cream? You can kind of attest to how long it lasts. And then it also has, the chaga eye cream, because of the chaga extract, is a light preventative. And our next one that I'm going to talk about is much more of a preventative. And that's our luminescent eye cream. And this guy, you don't need much. This is more intense than the chaga eye cream. I get asked all the time, well, what's the difference? They both have chaga extract. Yes, they both benefit from the chaga, but I like this one. This is a little bit more for mature skin because it has orchid stem cells, so you get that quick cell regen faster. So you get that from the chaga and you get that from the orchid stem cells, which is awesome. And then it also has mango butter, hyaluronic acid. We're pumping that up to make sure that hyaluronic acid is being beneficial and bringing in more moisture, which helps reduce puffiness. You think that bringing in more moisture would cause puffiness? No. Bringing in more moisture is like drinking water for your body. It helps flush out your system, which is really cool about hyaluronic acid. It has vitamin E and then frankincense, lots of frankincense in this. This also has camphor in it, which is an essential oil. It's really light and creamy. It's thinner than like a cream because we want that delicate eye area to be able to absorb it much better than a cream or even a lotion. But smells super good. It smells like that camphor, which is great. So that's the luminescent eye. Chaga hand cream. I don't have a sample of that today, but by far our best hand cream seller because it has that chaga extract in it. Makes your hands look more youthful, younger. Guys, when you're out on town and you're like, wow, that lady looks great, and then you look at her chest or her hands, you can tell age by chest and hands. So don't forget to put your product on your chest, your neck, and your hands. So like the chaga hand cream is so wonderful. It's ultra plush. It's not greasy. I have women and men that use it. They love to put it on their desk at work because they can put it on right away, flip through papers, type on their computer without being greasy. That's a really big deal. It has vitamin E, shea butter, almond oil, olive oil, and it has silk in it. We used to have something in it, sesame oil, because it benefited tightening. However, we took out the sesame oil. It was a very, very, very small amount this last 2 years ago, I think, because we're sesame oil free now at ModernRoots, and that's the only product that had it. But we took it out because the allergy is the #1 allergy in the United States right now that's growing. So we just want to make sure that we're safe for other families as well. And the olive oil in this really makes it nice and silky, combined with that real liquid silk that's in it. You can always tell when someone comes in and they're buying that Chaga hand cream. They buy 2 or 3 at a time, and they stock up, or they give it away as gifts, and they know the real value of the Chaga hand cream. So next is our Honey Chaga body lotion. This is an all over body lotion, really good for sensitive skin. Somebody that wants something for sensitive skin. It smells really light and creamy, but they can't have really scented stuff or essential oil based stuff. So this one's more appropriate for them. It's non-greasy apricot oil, jojoba oil. It's got raw honey. This is a wonderful lotion for sensitive skin, but those that love to wear lotion before bed but don't want it to be too strong as well. It's really got this light, milky, creamy smell to it. And I think a lot of people love it for those reasons. The next product would be our Northwoods soap. Our Northwoods soap, it has a lot of chaga in it. It's extracted first so that you get more of the benefits from the chaga. You can use the bar directly on skin as an exfoliant because the chaga in there, but we also extract it, which helps get those antioxidants on the skin, and it's a really sudsy bar. Of course, it's an original to ModernRoots, and it smells like the woods in the fall. It smells super good, nice and fresh. Men love it, women love it. Very unisex bar, fun gift to give. Oh my gosh, if you're from Minnesota and you want a really unique gift, give our chaga. Like, it is 100% from Minnesota. We use it at all of our stores, however, but such a great gift to give to people that aren't from here. You want to give them a little piece of how fun Minnesota is. So then we have birch soap. That's also a great gift that typically comes out around Christmas time, and it's a layered chaga. So I take chaga powder and we lay soap down, then we put a layer of chaga, then a layer of soap, then a layer of chaga, then a layer of soap, and it ends up looking like a birch tree, which is really fun. It grows on the birch, and it's called birch, and it comes out at Christmas. It's for the holidays, and it comes out in November. Of course, that's our layered chaga soap. And lastly, I would say this is pretty up there with the chaga eye cream and the chaga face cream, but our bronzing chaga light reflecting lotion. I created this, and there's so much chaga extract in it that I think this might be overkill. But after I tested it, I was like, this is so good for skin and so awesome for skin. There are very, very, very few things on the earth that help develop the melanin in your skin naturally. Chaga is one of them, which is really cool. But it has olive oil, rice bran oil, macadamia nut oil. It has liquid silk, and it has a light reflecting biodegradable shimmer. Everything we do at ModernRoots is biodegradable shimmer or ingredients, so that we're making sure that we're breaking down as we're using it, being non-toxic. And then that's the last of our products that we make with chaga. But I gotta say, the bronzing chaga smells like, I don't know, anyone out there use it? It smells so good. It smells kind of like caramel meets sunshine. And it's not too strong, but people will ask you what you're wearing if you get close to them. It's a wonderful smell, not too overpowering, but a really cool product. And when you get into the light, not like regular light, you can see it in regular light, but when you get into natural light, you see that biodegradable shimmer. So fun to put on cheekbones or collarbones or legs, but it's meant to be all over body as well. So, okay, any questions on the products? The chai chaga is so good. Yes, it is. And we're gonna make an iced chai chaga latte. We'll make the hot one first, but my favorite smell, bronzing chaga. I mean, it's just super hard to explain the smell. You guys will just have to order it online, modernroots.org. All of this stuff that you can get online at modernroots.org. You can type it in the search engine, or you can go to the category and look at all the stuff in the category. and it ships right to your door. We try to be as fast as Amazon, if not faster. We do hand make the product, so if it's taking a little bit longer, a day or two longer, it's because it's being handmade. All of our products are handmade, hand cut, and a lot of the ingredients, like our chaga, is hand foraged for. Yes, it is. Okay, so we are going to move on with our how to make a pumpkin chaga latte. And this is one of my favorite drinks this time of year. Everyone gets on this big pumpkin bandwagon, but we don't use fake pumpkin or any syrups. We use like honey for our stuff, or maple syrup. We do dried maple syrup a lot of times, or dried honey even in our tins. So again, this one's our chai chaga. We'll make an iced one after this. And then this is our pumpkin chaga. So we use organic powdered pumpkin. So you're not gonna get that, holy cow, this is like so pumpkin-y, this is so fake. No, we use real ingredients. So let's go over the ingredients in the pumpkin chaga. So there's raw chaga, cinnamon, ginger, and it's not powdered ginger, it's dehydrated ginger, clove, maple syrup, and then allspice. So that's what's in this one. If you're gonna make just regular chaga, you can use 1 tablespoon, and you use the little biodegradable, unbleached tea bag. These work great with it. Tea balls don't work so good. The reason is, it's all about displacement when it comes to chaga. We want the best displacement. And what that means is we want it ground the finest that we possibly can so that you're getting the best benefits out of all of the chaga. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like. This is our pumpkin chaga. And if you fluff it up, it kind of goes up in the air. So I don't fluff ours up too much. But, so we are going to use this guy. First, we are going to start with 1 tablespoon of our pumpkin chaga tea. And this is like, think of it like coffee grounds, okay? It's not dehydrated. Companies that use chaga dehydrate it. So what they do is they make a big batch. They press out the chaga, they take the liquid, they lay it out, they dehydrate it, they take the dehydrated particles and put it into stuff so that it dissolves. I've done that before, but here's what you lose. You lose most 75 to 80% of the benefits of chaga when you dehydrate it and put it through a bunch of chemical processes. Now, even those that don't use the chemical process, when you dehydrate it and you're processing it that many times, then what happens is you lose the benefits. So we keep ours ground whole so that you get to take home the best part of chaga and all of the benefits. It's pure. So again, this one has chaga, the raw chaga, cinnamon, ginger, clove, maple, and allspice. So we're gonna take 1 tablespoon of this guy. I'm gonna press this because this is the one that I'm gonna end up using. But this guy right here, by the way, we sell these little guys and they're wonderful. There's no plastic on them. They're 100% double-walled stainless steel, worth every penny. I've had mine for 10 years. I never have problems. They come apart, they go back together, 100% stainless steel, and they're called our stainless steel French press. I love the French press. This one's not one that we sell, but I wanted to show you what it looks like when we add the water. So this guy right here in a French press, guys, don't be afraid of them. They're so super simple. It has a really super fine mesh stainless little press right here. And so we're gonna take, and that keeps the chaga at the bottom and not in your coffee, like coffee grounds, not in your chaga tea. So we're gonna do 1 tablespoon. I'm generous because we're actually not watering it down, but we're putting milk, a milk type with it. So we're gonna use 1 tablespoon into our French press. And then we're gonna use our hot water. I'm actually gonna grab some more water. If you guys don't have one of these, so worth it. I drink a lot of tea, but if you have one, works super good. And now I need a French press. Guys, you can use them for teas, you can use them for coffees, you can use them for all sorts of stuff, but they're easy, they're super simple. Okay, so once we get the water hot enough, you put your water in, and you're gonna use, so we used 1 tablespoon of the pumpkin chaga tea. You're gonna use 2 cups of water, which is about to here, 2 cups of water, but you guys measure it. And then I'm gonna set this on top, and then I let it sit for 10 minutes. You can let it go longer, but chaga needs to sit for 10 minutes to extract all of the benefits out of it. I have some people that keep using the same grounds over and over, like 2 or 3 times, because they want to get all the benefits out of it and all of their money's worth, which is totally fine. You're going to lose some flavor. You're going to lose some flavor if you do that, but it's wonderful. How many drinks can you get out of 1 tin? Okay, so this is, last time I measured, I think it was about 20. So cheaper than going to get a coffee, way cheaper, way healthier. But I also get 2 drinks out of 1 tablespoon. So, because you're adding the milk. If you're just using the chaga with a bag like this and you're just having tea and you put half a tablespoon or 1 tablespoon in here, a lot of people only do it 1 teaspoon if they're only doing just tea, like just this tea by itself, not making what I'm making tonight. And in that case, a lot of people just use 1 teaspoon, but then you can get, I think, upwards of like 35 cups worth out of that. Hope that answered your question. Okay, so our water is done. So I'm gonna pop this guy back off. Okay, so we're gonna add 2 cups of hot water, and I'm using a clear one so you guys can see better, but it's kind of like coffee grounds, you know? That's where I fill it. It smells good, so good already. It smells like fall. Oh, pumpkin, yum. Okay, and then I put this little guy on top, just like so. And you can press it down a little bit, but I'm gonna let this sit for 10 minutes. If you want to make something cold or one that's been cold, I'll start this in the morning and I'll let it sit all day, and then at night or midday, I'll come home and have it on ice, and it's already cooled off, and you just pour it over ice, and then it's sat for a long time, so it's a much stronger extract. And then I'll pour some like oat milk in it or something like that, or almond milk or some cashew milk, something that you guys really like the taste of. And that is so wonderful, because then you didn't have to wait for it to cool down or put it on ice. So I kind of did a pre-one with our chai that we're gonna do with our ice one later. But right now we're working on that pumpkin chaga one. So I'm gonna set him aside. I did one already with this, kind of prepped it. And I just push it down, pushes down, super simple. I like to use a blender to do mine, but if you have those little fancy sticks that ring, you know what I mean? Those are awesome too. I just typically do this because it's quick. What I find ends up happening is that I will make one, and as soon as the blender goes off, I have 4 kids in here wanting one. So super healthy, fun drink for kids too, guys, not just parents. Really good for kiddos. And so they'll come in and they want one too. So I just take the blender out and I make a bigger batch. So, but we're just gonna do this will make about 2 cups. So I'm going to add 1 cup of milk. I have whole milk, and sometimes I like to take a splash of oat milk and add it because it adds this like creamy or tiny bit of molasses undertone. It's super yummy good. But I like to pre-warm my milk, because otherwise it like, you know, this seems to get kind of cooler. So I'm gonna hit that really quick. Set that guy aside. But you can use almond milk, you can use cashew milk. I love oat milk, whole milk. One of my favorite things to do, guys, like I know that a lot of you know this, but we raise Nigerian dwarf goats for a lot of the benefits for skin. And it is so good when you milk goats, like Nigerian dwarfs, because their butter fat's up to 4 to 6%. And then you put it right in your latte. It's so good. And then a lot of people are like, oh, goat milk. Listen, you may never had good goat milk then, okay? Good goat milk does not taste goaty. It tastes really clean and really creamy. Anyway, so sometimes that's really fun too. If you guys have a preference about certain milks, that's awesome. Go with it. You can use that in this. Whatever your specific taste is what is best for the drink. So again, I'm doing a whole milk, and I'm gonna do a little splash of oat milk. I'm gonna add that here, just a tiny splash. It kind of adds this extra dimension. And then I'm going to do a tablespoon of honey, and I like to add my honey right into the blender. 1 tablespoon. I like mine not really sweet. So if you want it sweeter, add more. Add 2 tablespoons, add 3. I have one friend that adds like 4 tablespoons of honey because she loves it so much. Great, awesome. So our milk is done and getting frothy there. So I'm gonna add that to the blender. You don't have to heat your milk, okay? My kids joke and they think that I like things to taste as hot as lava. I just like my coffee to be hot, or my chaga to be hot. I really love a nice hot cup. So we are going to add our chaga pumpkin chaga that's been sitting for 10 minutes or longer. Open him up a little higher. Okay. And then I start kind of slow, otherwise it can go all over, but any blender will do, any blender is great. I do this too because it gets the honey really well incorporated, and also creates this wonderful frothy aftermath that I love so much. And then I'm just gonna hit it a little bit higher. And that's it. You can see the frothiness in there. Oh, so good. And it's really fun to create drinks. Like, it's so fun to create drinks. The beverage industry has gone crazy over the last 10 years, but to make your own and to make a really, really healthy drink is so fun. Okay, so this makes 2. I'm gonna get some liquid in there first, but I love getting that frothiness on top. A little bit more. Get some frothiness in there. Hope you guys can see. Top it off a little bit. See how that does just about 2. A little tiny bit more than 2. And then I like to put a tiny bit of cinnamon on top because it's so yummy. You don't have to do this. Some people like to do nutmeg more. I do nutmeg more on my ice stuff. And that's how beautiful she is. But it's so, so, so good, guys. It's so perfect. It's like fall in a mug. But you can feel so good about drinking it because it's so healthy. I tell myself like, yeah, girl, I'm getting glowing skin right now. So good. I'm gonna set that aside because I just want to sit down. You know, you just want to sit with a book and drink your pumpkin chaga tea. So good. Of course, you guys can get this online, and it's just under, that one is under pumpkin chaga tea. And you can really, really taste, you know how sometimes cinnamon is just so overpowering? There's not a ton of cinnamon in this. It's mostly chaga, but you can have those little nuances of clove and ginger, and then maple syrup kind of dances in there a little bit, and that little bit of sweetness of honey kind of comes through. And of course you can use more. My kids love to take honey and drizzle it on top. If it's going to be a treat and a fun treat, I think that's fun. I think drinks are a really fun way to come together and read or to do fun stuff like that. So having a special drink like this is so fun, and it's good for you too. Okay, we're gonna set those aside. Now we're going to make, I'm gonna rinse this out. We're gonna make our iced chai chaga latte. We're gonna start with 2 cups of the chai tea, and I did it just like this, but I used 1 tablespoon of the chai chaga, and I put it in here, and I let it sit so that we can use it right away. This one's been sitting probably 30 minutes, so it's already cooled down quite a bit. The chai chaga has, I don't think I have it on here. Chai chaga, raw honey, I don't have it on here. This is, I love to take coconut oil too and blend this with it. It kind of creates a more frothiness, but your typical chai is going to have your cinnamon, your nutmeg, all your spices, and this one's much spicier than say the pumpkin. So this is much spicier. So this one looks like this. This one looks a little lighter because it has some other stuff in it. You can see the coriander seed in there as well. Oh, so good. Coriander's so good. It brings this new dimension to it, kind of earthy and green, but then you get that warm draft of the cinnamon. That's so good. Kind of really, really fun. Lots of spices in our chai chaga one. So I'm again going to do honey. I sometimes like to do maple syrup in this one more than the honey. So we'll do a tablespoon of honey. I just rub it along the side just to get it off of there. And then we're going to add this guy. I like to blend them together first so that the honey gets incorporated really, really well. You don't have to put it in a blender. I like that little bit of frothiness at the end, and we're going to use it with ice this time. I forgot to add, I love to add a teeny tiny splash of organic Mexican vanilla, like just a teeny tiny splash, like about a pea-sized amount. It adds this layer of warmth to it that's so wonderful. Okay, we're gonna blend this. And I can see the honey still on the side there, so I'm just gonna wait until that gets all taken off of there, or close to all taken off of there. Perfect. See how I didn't blend the milk into this one? Because I kind of like how it looks when they all kind of come together. So we're not going to get the frothiness like with a warm one, but it's up to you. You can blend it together if you want. I'm going to grab some ice for our drink cup. Okay, so I fill the ice up. Like I fill it up all the way up because this is going to get in all the nooks and crannies. And this is a little bit warm still. It's not hot, but it's a little bit warm. Do you sell the stainless French press at the store? Yes, we do. Yep. Haha, love it. Yes, okay. So I'm gonna fill this guy up. See how like the ice is already starting to melt? Obviously. So I'm gonna spill him almost all the way up, and I only use about, so in this chai one, I started with 2 cups of chai tea, and I used 1 tablespoon of the chai powder in it. I'm gonna do, I did about a tablespoon of honey in it, and then I filled the cup up with ice, and now it's nice and cold. And then what I like to do is just top it off with oat milk and a tiny sprinkle of organic nutmeg, and I usually grate this on, but I have this guy, so we're gonna use him. And it's so fun for the holidays, making special drinks, but making a healthy drink, you know? So there's that one. I mean, when you hand this to someone, they're like, oh, this is so good, and you're like, guess what? It's good for you too. This one's way spicier. That chai spice, where the pumpkin's a little bit more mellowed out. So good, guys. So what do you think? Are you guys gonna try some chaga? What I like to do too, like my kids do, put that syrup on top, that maple syrup or a little bit of the honey on top. And then it kind of creates this coldness, like a cold gel on it, and you can kind of eat it off. You don't have to have a lot, but a little bit goes a long way, but it's so, so yummy. So any questions on chaga or how I made these? I think I'm gonna switch between the two. Any questions? Yeah, girl, you should be excited. Look at that. Look at that. I feel like I need like a mustache, huh? Yes. Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to try our chaga products. I never talk about them other than when people come in, and a lot of times it's cancer people or people that are really, really being health conscious, or they're switching off of caffeine. They don't want to be on caffeine anymore. What a great way to switch over to something that doesn't have caffeine, because it gives you calm energy, because you still want to get up in the morning and you still want to try to like be able to wake up and have something good and warm. Coffee, I have found, isn't always about the caffeine. It's about the ritual. So if we can keep the ritual and make it a healthier option, I think that's fantastic. I'm just gonna switch between the two because they're both so good. My body's kind of confused, like cold, hot, cold, hot. But any other questions? Okay, will you post the recipes? Yes, I can post the recipes for you guys. Remember, it makes 2 drinks each. So I always am like, this recipe, you can cut it in half and make it for yourself, but share it with a friend. You know, these warm or cold, fun drinks that you make should be shared. And the other thing is, if you're not gonna share it, have the other one later. Make it cold, put it in the fridge. But remember, it needs to go through the heat cycle in order to extract the benefits of chaga. Let's see, what other questions? This will be a great coffee replacement. I quit months ago, but feel like I'm missing something in the morning. Yes, exactly. You feel like you're missing something because your entire life you've had a ritual, a nice pick-me-up ritual. And whenever I make this pumpkin chaga one, we make one called blueberry lavender, mint tarragon. We sell a lot of those in the summer. And then the mint tarragon, oh my gosh, is so good iced with maple syrup. It is so good because it's really refreshing from that mint, but you get this little tiny anise undertone from the tarragon. So good. But in the fall, the pumpkin and the chai and the apple cider, I didn't do anything with the apple cider one, is so good. We just got write-ins this last week about how great and how wonderful people are loving the chai, the pumpkin, and the apple. It's fun when you get the trio because you don't get bored. And of course, you're getting a healthy, major antioxidant load from all of the ingredients in there. Not only are you benefiting from the chaga, but there's other things like that ginger, clove, cinnamon, nutmeg, depending on what's in it. So any other questions? Yes, we'll post the recipes. I have that, love it. Perfect. Okay, well, if you guys don't have any other questions, I'll give it a couple seconds here. I got off really fast last time, so I'll give it a couple more minutes. Give us a heart, give us a like if you guys liked today's stuff on chaga. I'm super excited that you guys got to see a video on how to make the stuff too. A lot of people will be like, okay, great, I'll just have it as tea and it's a quick fix. But it's really fun to be able to make it into a good drink in the morning and be able to bring it to work, or to put it in your Yeti, something that keeps it warm longer or even cold longer. So kind of a fun experience as well. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for joining, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.